Hello and welcome to another Bushwhacker review. Today we are going to be taking a look at Kyle Larson's Michigan win from 2016. Take a look at the box here, typical generic race winner box this year. Got a picture of the checkered flag, NASCAR Sprint Cup Series, raced winner, raced version. Got a render of the car, Michigan International Speedway winner, standard finish, 2016 race winner. A total of 787 of these things, standard finish, winner. Got the race schedule. I'm going to keep this on for a second just because to make me take a look at that render right there. Because once we get down to the car, you'll see that they kind of screwed it up again. I don't know why they keep screwing this car up. It's getting annoying at this point. I really hope this paint keeps changing because the fact they can't get this car right over and over is really annoying. But it does come with a few things. Got a race winner card. This was, in fact, his first win. Much of you know this channel, I definitely collect first wins, so that's why I pre-ordered it. There's bag and fatty too, but that's why I pre-ordered it. The damage looks awesome, but we'll get down to why the paint scheme's not in a second. Let's do a quick 360 of the car, as usual. Kind of yellowish for some reason. The grading is the thing that's messed up on this car all throughout the car, if you're wondering. If you're like, what, the car looks fine. If you really don't understand what looks bad on this, you're going to have to go compare it to actual photos, because it is not looking good. And now the camera just went back to white. I don't understand this thing sometimes. This was one of 2 wins produced this year for Kyle Larson. He had a Sprint Showdown win produced, and then this one. Both times grading was wrong. One of the main things you can probably see wrong right away is the fact that the gradient on the front, there actually is a gradient on the front. This car, you kind of see it right there. This car is supposed to have solid white lines on the front that just kind of curve down into the grille. There's no gradient on the front bumper. So that's mistake number 1. And the mistake number 2 is just the gradient in general, because, you know, it's supposed to be, like, only halfway up to the 42. Gradient, like, stops, like, right there, and then it's supposed to be red on top. You can kind of see where it's overly bearing, just because you can see on the Clorox logo, it's kind of getting engulfed by the white. Especially if you see it from far away, you can see it almost looks like it's, like, the white's, like, taking over the Clorox and Axe logos, which should not be. The back's pretty accurate. I mean, there's a minor gradient which there shouldn't be, but it's not noticeable enough. But whatever, let's get back down to the car itself. That only really bugs you if you're a person like me who actually cares about accuracy on a paint scheme, but some people don't, so whatever. On the hood, you have the Target bullseye. Got Larson's name on the windshield, which looks gigantic for some reason. I don't know if that's normal or if that's just more realistic, but the Larson name looks giant on this car for some reason. Got number 42, Chevrolet SS, Target Chip Ganassi Racing. Down the side, you have Clorox Axe, you got Belkin, Sherman-Williams, that K logo, Lincoln Welders. On the back, you have Crest and Banana Boat. On the C-post, you have Milkbone, LED, Tums, Reese's, Sonicare, and that's where that little, like, Blash logo is. On the P-post, you have Champion, McDonald's, Cessna, and Freightliner. There you have your winner sticker right there. On the back, you have Energizer, got the Target Spot Dog, 42, Chevrolet SS. Got Coca-Cola on the deck lid and Cottonelle on the roof. This is number 279. Got the same stuff down the other side as usual. Take a look under the hood if you want to open. See under the hood it says Chevy, Target, and Wix filters. There's the underside of the car if you want to see that. Not underside, the engine detail. Interesting note that you probably noticed right there, but you see there's actually a little bit of red that goes up onto the windshield. Not sure why that's there. But under the deck lid, you got your typical fuel cell and such back there. The roof flaps do in fact open. And there's the underside of the car if you want to see that. It does have the black exhaust piece, and once again, both rear tires are shredded, which we'll get down to in a second when we get to damage. As far as damage goes, it's got some very nice looking confetti, some bright like streamers and stuff. That's really cool. On the front, it's basically just dirty. You got some little like porch for grills and stuff. Another kind of inaccuracy is you see there's actually like a gap between the Target logos around the splitter and then there's a white at the bottom. It's supposed to be basically the Target logos are right up to the edge of the splitter, but oh well. On the right front, you see you got some little bit marks and stuff. Got some very, very nice looking dirt on the right side. It is very dirty for some reason. You see, damage number 1, he did burn out both rear tires, so you see it actually did bend up the fender, and it actually is molded damage right there. It is not just blacked out damage. See, actually, he split the back end of this. Like, after he bent this tire, this whole piece was kind of, like, dangling down, so it split the whole fender. Obviously, they couldn't really do that on a die cast, but they actually still did kind of leave a decal to show it split right there. It's a nice touch. On the back, you have a few more marks and dirt and stuff, but nothing too fancy. See, the left rear is even more damaged than the right rear. Got tons of tire marks all around it. Got the fender once again cut out and bugged up. Tire is shredded once again. A little less dirty on the left side, but still a good amount of dirt. And you got these bright streamers and confetti. See, on the reels, there actually is some like nice black brake dust or whatever you want to call it. They put some detail into there. Overall, just a very nicely damaged diecast. Like I said, it's a good thing that the damage looks so fantastic on this car because it kind of takes the mind off this inaccurate paint scheme that they've done 3 times now. It's weird because the render on these cars is right. Like you saw, the render they did perfectly, so their art department is getting it right. The gradient on this render, like I said, it literally, the gradient, it comes up halfway. If I can move this car out of the way. The gradient, it comes up halfway where it is the Clorox and axle goes are fully in the red, and the front has the slanted down to the grill. No gradient. So I don't know if it's just the production factory is just screwing these up repeatedly or what. I also heard that they skipped the prototype phase on this car, which was probably a major mistake. So it probably could have had a prototype, probably would have been, hey, something's wrong with this car. Maybe we need to fix that. But I guess they didn't. Like I said, this is the first win. That's really the only reason I got it. The paint scheme really does annoy the hell out of me, but I'm glad the damage looks fantastic on this car, because if the damage didn't look good on this car, I don't even know if I would have really been caring about this car, but since the damage looks so awesome, I just really love this car. But I really just wish Lionel gets the paint scheme right, or I really hope this paint scheme changes so we can get accurate diecast next year. But if you want this car, it's easy to get right now because it's pretty brand new. I'm sure it'll disappear because it's, you know, it's got good damage, it's a first win, all that. It's going to definitely disappear. People are going to want it. And, you know, there's tons of people out there that really don't give a crap if the paint scheme's accurate or not. So if you want it, definitely go ahead and buy it if you're really a fan of damage or anything. But if you're like me, doesn't really care about paint schemes, or does care about paint schemes, wants paint schemes to be accurate, then, you know, you might want to skip this car because it's probably going to bug you in a display case. But I think that's your installers to say. This has been a review of Kyle Larson's Michigan win from 2016. Hope you enjoyed, and thanks for watching.